1982 was a year when R&B shimmered with neon grooves and late-night heartache. Songs lit up the radio once and then faded like smoke drifting down a city block. And tonight, we revive 10 R&B treasures that deserve another moment in the light. Number 10, I've Been Watching You, Move Your Body, by Midway.
I've been watching you.
Sliding onto the scene in 1982, Midway brought a synth-kissed groove born straight out of Chicago's thriving club culture, a moment when R&B and early electro-funk were learning to share the same dance floor. Released on the Yell label, the track carried the optimism of musicians who felt the future buzzing through drum machines and neon-bright bass lines.
I've been watching you.
Behind the scenes, the group fought for radio play against giants who dominated the charts: Luther, Lionel, and the Gap Band. Yet DJs adored this cut. A rumor floated around that an uncredited local keyboard whiz laid down the shimmering arpeggio that defined the song's pulse, giving it the hypnotic vibe that made club walls sweat. Play it now, and you are transported back to a rink night glow. Mirror balls spin, the smell of popcorn mixes with cologne, and skates clack as dancers fall into the hook.
I'm liking the things you do.
Though it only grazed the charts, its legacy survives in DJ mixes and crate-digging circles that honor the era's overlooked innovators. If that was the sound of bodies in motion, the next track slows the tempo with Velvet's soft heartbreak. Number 9, Forever Mine, by Black Satin Black.
But please give me a blanket, keep me warm, let me wear you.
Satin's lone major hit arrived in 1982 like a whispered confession, smooth and plush, wrapped in the quiet storm elegance taking shape on late-night radio. Released on TSOB Records, it marked the group's brief time in the spotlight during a transitional moment when R&B was drifting toward electronic textures while still holding tightly to its romantic roots.
To be the bad man, to be the sad.
Studio lore says the haunting guitar flourish in the bridge came from a guest musician who stepped in at the last minute. His name never appeared on the sleeve, yet the warmth of his playing became the emotional center of the track. This is the kind of song that feels like warm summer air through a half-open window, the kind couples claimed as their song before it disappeared from the airwaves.
And I blame you.
While it did not climb far on the charts, Forever Mine found second life in roller rinks and late-night radio blocks. A small spark of memory for those who know. If that was candlelit devotion, the next record brings pure street corner swagger. Number 8, Tell Me, by Val Young. Arriving in 1982 as R&B production grew more polished, Val Young's Tell Me carried a bittersweet ache wrapped in glistening synth lines. Before her later work with Rick James and the Mary Jane Girls, Young was carving her own path. This single on AMS Records hinted at star potential that never fully emerged due to industry politics and shifting priorities.
Slide over here and talk to the board. What are you drinking? I'ma buy the bar.
People still whisper about the session's most memorable moment. Young reportedly battled a winter cold and pushed through take after take until the smoky, fragile vocal finally appeared. That vulnerability became the beating heart of the song. Listening now, you can picture a dim living room where someone pressed play on a boombox, letting her voice fill the quiet with longing and soft hope.
Couple more, then we out the door. Speed off in the coupe, cause it's...
Though the track charted modestly, it grew into a beloved slow jam for a loyal pocket of fans. DJs still pull it out to remind crowds that emotion never goes out of style. If that one tugged at the heart, the next track steps onto the dance floor with a confident strut. Number 7, Just the Way You Like It, by SOS Band side project Players.
Just the way you like it.
Before the SOS Band hit widespread fame with their Jam and Lewis produced hits, a collection of their touring and studio musicians recorded Just the Way You Like It under a short-lived side project in 1982. Released through a tiny imprint with uneven marketing, the song slipped beneath the radar and was overshadowed by the group's better-known catalog. The magic was undeniable. The rubbery bass line became the track's signature. Legend claims the player improvised it after spilling soda on his synth module, forcing him to use a backup patch. That mistake created the squelchy groove fans still love. The vocals float with early 1980s charm and a warm summertime glow. Though this spin-off effort never broke nationally, collectors cherish it today. It has become one of those dusty bin discoveries that feels like finding hidden treasure. If that one brought the funk with a smile, the next track steps into cosmic territory. Number 6, You're My Magician by Barry White. Love Unlimited offshoot. Barry White was already a legend, yet 1982 saw a curious side release recorded by members of his Love Unlimited orchestra. You're My Magician floated out on a small independent label. It was an experiment in shimmering, synth-driven R&B at a moment when Barry himself was navigating changes in the industry. Although his name was whispered around the project, the track was credited to a short-lived studio collective. Recording history says the lush string part was originally meant for a commercial jingle. When the arranger heard the groove coming from the next room, he repurposed it without hesitation. The elegant swirl created a moment of unexpected magic. Hearing it today feels like stepping into a lavender-lit lounge where sequins shine and glasses clink softly. The track never cracked mainstream charts, yet it became a cult favorite among slow jam lovers and crate diggers who seek hidden gems from the maestro's orbit. And if that one cast a spell, the next brings a surge of pure dance floor energy. If these forgotten R&B treasures from 1982 are stirring memories, tap the like button. It truly helps keep the music alive. And stay close. We still have 5 gems waiting to shine. Number 5, Body Movement by Chemistry.
The moment you came in my life, no one else.
Chemistry's brief moment in the spotlight arrived in 1982 with Body Movement, a full-body invitation driven by funk, R&B, and early boogie fire. Released through Motown's Mirage imprint, the group stepped into a scene crowded with heavy hitters.
I ain't always been the man I'm supposed to be, but
Yet, for one bright moment, their sound stood shoulder to shoulder with the best of them. Studio insiders still laugh about how the iconic clap pattern came to be. A malfunctioning drum machine kept misfiring, so the engineer asked the group members to clap live around a single microphone. That spontaneous decision gave the record its raw and contagious energy. Play it today, and you feel like you have entered a sweaty Friday night club.
finally I've been looking.
Where fog machines hiss and dancers glide in brand new suede shoes. Though the group dissolved soon after, Body Movement survives as a snapshot of boogie-era joy. If that groove loosened your shoulders, the next track burns with emotional fire. Number 4, Baby Don't Fool Around by Brand Image. Brand Image stepped into 1982 with a polished yet streetwise glow. Baby Don't Fool Around lived between late disco shimmer and the rising pulse of electro-influenced R&B. Released on a boutique label, the single carried the promise of a group ready to break out.
Don't fool around with my love, don't play around.
Even though fate kept them in cult classic territory. One of the best studio stories comes from the percussion booth. The conga player, frustrated with broken equipment, held the drum between his knees and played with so much intensity that the engineer refused to adjust his levels. That raw edge gave the track a heartbeat, something human at a time when digital precision was beginning to dominate. Spin it today, and you can picture its club debut. Chrome lights over the bar, a low hum of conversation, a chorus strong enough to pull the entire room forward. If that one whispered late-night secrets, the next track takes us into the cosmos. Number 3, Spacewalking by Breeze Breeze. Was a short-lived collective fascinated with futurism, and nothing captured that spirit better than 1982's Spacewalking. Released on a small indie label, the track blended soulful vocals with soaring sci-fi synth lines. It was bold for its time, right when R&B was experimenting with new identities. Rumor claims the main synth line came from a prototype keyboard borrowed from a local music shop. The band was not supposed to record with it, but once the lead player discovered that shimmering tone, the session continued until sunrise. The final result feels like a midnight drive through an empty city. Streetlights pass like stars, and the bass line hums like an engine that never grows tired. Although mainstream success never arrived, Spacewalking became a favorite among DJs and producers decades later. If that one carried you through the stars, prepare yourself. The final 2 tracks bring pure emotional warmth and unforgettable soul. Number 2, Sweet on You by Crystal Clear. Crystal Clear surfaced briefly in 1982 with Sweet on You, a song full of honeyed harmonies and heartfelt simplicity that reflected early 1980s R&B romance. Released on a regional label with limited reach, the single never received the national promotion it deserved. Yet, listeners who discovered it never forgot its comforting sway. Recording notes say the lead vocalist delivered her final take in near darkness after asking the engineer to turn off every overhead light. She wanted the room to feel like the spaces where the song would be heard. Quiet living rooms, back seats where whispered confessions felt safe, late-night house parties where hearts softened. That atmosphere seeped into the tape. Though the track faded from radio, it became a favorite for slow jam collectors. If that one wrapped you gently in warmth, the number 1 Forgotten Wonder delivers pure 1982 soul magic. Number 1, Let It Glow by Sapphire and Silk.
My soul is spiraling in molten fractals.
At the top of our list sits a duo whose very name evokes elegance. Sapphire and Silk released Let It Glow in 1982 and created a song that shimmered with silky harmonies, warm bass, and a melody that felt like it drifted through a summer evening lit by a lone street lamp.
The fire glows bright in the darkness tonight, not a villager.
Released on a micro label that folded shortly after, the track never reached the audience it deserved, yet its beauty still shines. The unforgettable echo on the vocals was not created with an expensive effect. The duo sang into a hallway, and the engineer captured the natural sound bouncing off the tile. That imperfect approach created a dreamy quality that listeners feel instantly.
Distance makes enemies seem small.
As though the singers are calling out from a long-forgotten memory. Hearing it now reminds us why early 1980s R&B was so rich with hope and romantic spirit. And if this one stirred something inside you, the next countdown will take things even deeper. From dance floor burners to slow jam heart melters, these forgotten one-hit R&B wonders from 1982's show how deeply soulful the year truly was. Each artist left a single unforgettable imprint, and that is worth celebrating. Thank you for coming along on this musical journey. Subscribe to keep the groove alive and never miss our next stroll through R&B history. On the end screen, tap into our next video titled 10 Forgotten One-Hit R&B Wonders from 1981 and let the rhythm continue.